Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you to EDLD 8435, which is Higher Education Policy here at Georgia Southern University. And looking forward to this opportunity to be able to work with you. I'm Dr. Devin Jensen and I'll be your instructor for this particular class. So we have some really interesting things that we're going to be exploring related to the concept of higher education policy and just really what does that mean. And so I just wanted to take a little bit of time to go through just the basic structure and the idea behind this particular class so that you can be aware of what you're going to be responsible for in this class and how the class runs in this online environment so that you can be successful and have a good experience learning and studying and thinking about the idea of higher education policy. Now this particular class is going to be running through Folio, so when you get into my Georgia Southern, you'll see a link there for Folio, and that will give you an opportunity to be able to find this particular class there and be able to get into the course content for EDLD 8435. So under Folio, you'll be able to find the listing for this particular class, and then once you click in there, it'll give you all the necessary materials that you will need to be successful and to know what your responsibilities are as you go through this particular class. Now I structure this class under weekly modules. Our first module begins on this Monday coming up, and it will be available for you at 10 a.m. And all the materials that you will need, the course syllabus and your course assignments will be available there at the beginning of that particular module. From then on, the modules will run on a weekly basis, opening up each Tuesday, the successive Tuesday, beginning at 10 a.m. So you have during that particular week to complete all the various assignments or projects or discussion forum postings that you will have for that particular week anytime during that week. So that's the advantage with online learning, is that it gives you an opportunity to do things and do the work when it's appropriate and when you have the time available. So some students like to work in the morning time, some students take time to work during their lunch hours or in the evenings, whatever the case may be. So you have any time during that week module to complete the various projects or assignments or discussion forums that have been assigned to you. So again, the modules will open up at 10 a.m. beginning on the Tuesday morning, except for the first class, which will start on Monday, beginning at 10 a.m. So you basically just log into the class on that Tuesday or Monday if it's the first class, and then that'll tell you what your responsibilities are for that week, whether you need to get things working on things a little early, depending on a particular project that might be assigned, or if you have a little bit of time during the week to read various articles that I might have you read or watch a video that I might have you watch. And then you have, for any assignments that'll be due, they would then be due on the Monday, the following Monday by midnight. So you have basically that entire module to get the work done that has been assigned to you. Or you can post it earlier, whatever the case may be. And specific information will be given for that module instructions as to where you post things or where assignments are due. So you can look for that material once you read the necessary documents for the assigned module that you have. So again, that's the basic idea. We just begin Tuesday morning at 10, and then you have that week to complete the work. And again, all the links will be found. You will also notice that the modules are time released. So you'll only see the module that you'll be working on at that particular time, so you won't see the future modules, but you'll see the previous modules that come up. Yeah, so that's pretty straightforward in terms of how that runs. Now in terms of assignments that we'll be having, you will have, this will be given on the syllabus, but I just wanted to take a time to go through it a little bit so that you have an understanding what it is. There's a participation grade, that's worth 25 points. Basically it'll total out of 100 at the end. So that's basically just participating in the weekly modules, doing the assignments that you're given, and being involved in the class on a regular basis. As part of this class, we'll also have 8 reflective worksheets, and they will just be short response answer items that will give you an opportunity to reflect on some of the things that we've been studying and learning in the module. Fairly straightforward, and those reflective worksheets will be due at the end of the appropriate module that they're given. So you won't see a listing of the reflective worksheets until the module opens up, and then the assignment that you have for that reflective worksheet will be available for you. And then you just post it or submit your reflective worksheet at the end of that module that the reflective worksheet is given to you in. And so it's pretty straightforward, just kind of thinking about and giving you an opportunity to explore some of the things that you've been considering related to higher education policies and the things that we've been learning and studying and reading up to that point in time. So there'll be a total of 8 of those, each of those worth 5, so for that will count for a total of 40 points. There will then be a group analysis of a policy issue, and as the class begins, and once, probably within the second week, once we get our numbers all solidified and we know who's there, we'll then have an opportunity I'll assign you into groups, and then you'll have an opportunity to look at a particular policy issue related to a certain state that your group selects. And more details related to that particular assignment are given in the course syllabus. But again, this will basically just be a 2 to 4 page paper that you can write related to kind of describing what's going on in that state related to that particular policy issue that you select. And a website is given for you to go to that gives a listing of different policy issue topics that you can use as a guide or as a framework to pick what kind of policy issue you want to explore in the state that you select. So that'll be due later on in this semester, and a course schedule is given in the syllabus that gives you when that particular assignment is due. And again, just one paper will be submitted per group. And then your final project will be to write a 7-page paper addressing the question, what is higher education policy? So the basic idea here now is you've gone through this course, you've had an opportunity to explore a variety of ideas and concepts related to higher education policy. And so I want you to put on the hat of being an instructor, and you're going to kind of write an introduction paper to students telling them what is higher education policy so that they have an understanding of what it actually means. What is this concept we call higher education policy? And in that paper you'll be using, you can use the resources that are provided during the class, or any external resources that you might come across as you go through the study of this particular class. And that will be due on the last day of class, and that will count for 25 points of your final grade. So the basic idea here now is you've got a participation grade, you've got 8 reflective worksheets, you've got a group analysis policy paper, and then a final paper addressing the question, what is higher education policy? So those are the assignments that you have for this particular class. So that's the basic idea behind how this class works. I hope you have a good time enjoying this material and looking at it. There's some pretty cool things going on related to higher education policy. So look forward to learning with you and learning from you and hearing the different ideas and concepts that you have related to higher education policy. So it should be a good semester to deal with this particular topic. So we'll see you online. And just remember, if it's noted on the syllabus, but as you go through the course, if you're struggling with a particular responsibility or a topic or an idea or an issue related to higher education policy, please contact me, or if you're having problems getting an assignment done, just contact me either through email. I've given you my work and my home number there as well. And so if you need to physically talk with me about a problem or an issue or a question that you have regarding the class or an assignment that you have to complete, by all means get a hold of me so that I can help you out to help you to be successful and feel comfortable with your learning in this class. All right, take care, and we'll see you online.